This is the murder of Sarah Everard and a new development for Wayne Couzens, who appallingly killed her.
There's been a few stories today that's made me really angry. This is one of them. So Wayne Couzens, Sarah Everard's killer, has been charged with indecent exposure. There's four counts of indecent exposure, which took place last year between January and February. One of them took place 6 days before she was before Sarah was kidnapped and murdered. And for anybody who doesn't remember the story, he basically, kind of got her into his car with a fake arrest warrant. Drove 80 miles to Kent, and there he used his belt, what is it called? The police issue belt, to strangle her and killed and raped her. It's absolutely horrific. It is the Met at its worst in the last few years. Yeah. I mean, these stories, I mean, they're not small stories. These are big stories that come out.
This wasn't Met policy. Yeah. I mean, this was one man.
I know it's one man, but what I'm saying is the Met culture has been riddled with so many, of these, horrific stories that are happening with the Met sort of association. And the fact that this happened under a female commissioner as well, Cressida Dick, and I just, it kind of beggars belief, really. But, so there have been these incidents, and you have to ask yourself, why wasn't this picked up sooner to save Sarah's life?
Four incidents. I mean, that's, one... Yeah,
but we must... OK, so there's four, and I know that you're supposed to say allegedly. We don't know if there were others. He didn't just suddenly get up and think, today...
Four is a lot. I'd have thought one was enough of a warning sign. Yeah. I mean, because one of them was in a McDonald's, I believe. So...
What, was he not getting... I can't even find anything... this just makes me so angry that it's...
there was a culture of this
there is a culture, but also why wasn't this picked up before? Yeah. Why? And I think that it's good that the laws are changing to protect women online. What it is that when I spoke to a friend only today, who worked for the Met Police, and he said that racism was really rife. He had to leave because he couldn't get promoted, but. That there was a time when the public, used to fear and respect the uniform, and now it's just made a mockery because women do not feel so. I don't feel so. Having said that, I've dealt with two lovely local Surrey police, well done Surrey police, in the last couple of days, who were amazing, brilliant. So they can't all be tarred with the same brush. But the Met Police itself has been, it's been a lot of.
I mean, it's a huge force. And I think after the Macpherson report and everything, they really did improve their working practices. But it's a huge force. So there's going to be individuals, doing terrible things occasionally when you've got that many people. And I think this culture that people talk about, this culture of misogyny and stuff like that, and people pulling out WhatsApp messages. I don't think you really judge it on that. It's not. I think if we were judged on what we said on WhatsApp, we'd all be considered.
I agree with that,
Leo.
But in this instance, and there are many other cases, it's not about WhatsApp. It's about there is something drastically wrong that needs to be addressed. Personally, I think Cressida should have resigned a lot sooner. There is something wrong that's gone toxic, and
the sort of remarks that Couzens was making, which were considered banter within the force, or considered acceptable, or not reported.
And not reported, or it's just seen as acceptable. And actually, I get what you're saying, because let's face it, in car journeys, comedians have the darkest humour. We really do. It's gallows humour. We've heard everything, seen everything.
And comedians do some terrible... There have been some terrible comedians.
But at the end of the day, we are comedians.
Yeah, first 5 years of my career.